Namaste. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the students of APSCRT Junior 10th class. Subject English. You are invited to the digital online classes Stevenz-Edu-Media, Republic, India. Please listen to the charismatic presentation of Dr. Stevenson, Visakhapatnam, Andhra Pradesh. Before we get into the actual topic, I would like to ask you some important questions regarding your health and happiness. As you stay home and stay safe, my dear students, do you keep your house and surroundings clean and tidy? Do you maintain personal hygiene and cleanliness? Do you maintain social distancing when you go out? If you say yes, it's not okay. You must wash your hands frequently with soap. You must rub your hands and palms with a sanitizer. You must wear a face mask before you move out in public. Above all, please show your respect to your parents and elders. Now, let us get into the actual topic online. Subject English for the students coming from 9th class to 10th class. I request every student to understand that the textbook is very, very important to learn any subject. The textbook gives you true knowledge. Knowledge is power. I'd like to see my students as powerful citizens of India to rebuild the nation as the emerging superpower in the world today. Could you please turn to your 10th class English textbook? Yes. Open with me and see the contents or index page and have a look at it carefully. There are 6 units in all, and every unit has a theme, and each theme has 3 readings, A, B, and C. Yes, there are 6 units in your syllabus, out of which there are 15 prose readings and 3 poems. Please read out the themes one by one in order, along with their respective readings. You must have a clear idea about what you are going to study and how you are going to learn. Unit 1, Personality Development. A, Attitude is altitude. B, every success story is also a story of great failures. C, I will do it. Unit 2, Wit and Humor. A, The Dear Departed Part 1. B, The Dear Departed Part 2. C, The Brave Potter. Unit 3, Human Relations. A, The Journey. B, Once Upon a Time. C, What is My Name? Unit 4, Films and Theatre. A, Rendezvous with Ray. B, Maya Bazaar. C, A Tribute. Unit 5, Biodiversity. A, Environment. B, How Will the Dream Awake? C, A Tale of 3 Villages. Unit 6, Nation and Diversity. A, My Childhood. B, A Plea for India. C, Unity in Diversity in India. Dear students, remember the contents of the index in order. Today, I would like you to focus on the textbook. Unit 1, Personality Development. Reading A, Attitude is altitude. Dear students, presently you are in the process of learning English. Learning is a composition of 4 integrated skills, popularly known as LSRW skills. Remember, we learned this topic under the subject English Communication Skills. L for listening, S for speaking or for reading, and W for writing. Remember, listening and reading are receptive skills. Speaking and writing are productive skills. You will need to receive the potential subject English through my presentation on listening and reading simultaneously, which are receptive skills. While listening to my video, read the textbook with me. Unit 1A, Attitude is Altitude. Attitude means the way of thinking, the way you behave or perceive. Altitude means the highest place, the scope of success. I mean to say, the ultimate point of achievement. Now, my dear students, let us turn to the textbook once again. Unit 1, Reading A, Attitude is Altitude. Read the textbook along with me. Attitude is altitude. Imagine having no arms to stretch in the morning to help you scratch that itch, to allow you to wrap your arms around your loved ones. Imagine having no legs to kick pebbles down the street, to walk or run, to bicycle or skateboard, or get you from point A to point B. Then imagine both at once, which is what Nick Vujicic has faced his whole life. Have you heard something like this before? Nick Vujicic was born with no arms and legs, but he doesn't let the details stop him. The brave 26-year-old, who is mainly a torso, plays football and golf, swims and surfs, despite having no limbs. Nick has a small foot on his left hip, which helps him balance and enables him to kick. He uses his one foot to type, write with a pen, and pick things up between his toes. I call it my chicken drumstick joke. Nick was born in Melbourne, Australia, but now lives in Los Angeles. I'd be lost without it. Water sports are Nick's only thing. He also plays golf with a club tucked under his chin and is a huge fan of English Premier League. His parents decided not to send him to special school, a decision, he said, was very hard for him, but which may have been the best decision they could have made for him. When Nick was born, his father was so shocked that left the hospital room to vomit. The distraught mother couldn't bring herself to hold him until he was 4 months old. His disability came without any medical explanation, a rare occurrence called phocomelia. And Nick and the parents spent many years asking why this cruel tick would happen to him. My mother was a nurse and she did everything right during pregnancy, but she still blamed herself, he said. It was so hard for them, but right from the start, they did their best to make me independent, Nick said. My dad put me in water at 18 months and gave the courage to learn how to swim. I also got really into football and skateboarding. I totally love the English Premier League. Nick's father was a computer programmer and accountant, and he taught his little son how to type with his toe at just 6 years old. His mom invented a special plastic device that meant he could hold a pen and pencil. Despite the risk of being bullied, His parents insisted on his attending mainstream school. It was the best decision they could have made for me, adds Nick, who later achieved a degree in financial planning and real estate. It was very hard, but it gave me independence. Nick, who was teased and bullied, had an electric wheelchair for mobility and a team of carers to help him. I was deeply depressed when I was 8 years old, he said. I went to my mom crying and told her I want to kill myself. I felt cold and bitter. I hate God for doing this to me and was terrified of what would happen when my parents weren't there to look after me. I could brush my own teeth with a wall-mounted brush and wash my own hair with pump action soap, but there was so much that was impossible for me. At the age of 10, Nick tried to drown himself in the bath, but luckily the attempt was unsuccessful. I felt there was no purpose when you lack purpose and strength. It is hard to hold on, he said. But with the help of his religion, friends, and family, Nick managed to pull through to become an international symbol of triumph over adversity. When I was 13, I read a newspaper article about a disabled man who had managed to achieve great things and helped others, said Nick. I realized why God had made us like this, to give hope to others. It was so inspirational to me that I decided to use my life to encourage other people and give them the courage the article had given me. I decided to be thankful for what I do have, not get angry about what I don't. I looked at myself in the mirror and said, you know what, the world is right, that I have no arms and legs, but they'll never take away the beauty of my eyes. I wanted to concentrate on something good that I had. The challenges in our lives are there to strengthen our convictions. They are not there to run us over, said Nick. In 1990, Nick won the Australian Young Citizens of the Year award for his bravery and perseverance. And once I was in a car and a girl at traffic lights was looking at me interestingly. She could only see my head, so I decided to do a 360-degree spin in the car seat to freak her out. Her face was like, ooh, what's going on? She sped off really quickly. Nick began traveling the world, and in 2008, he went to Hawaii and met surfing master Bethany Hamilton, who had her arms bitten off by a shark when she was 12. She was amazing, said Nick. She taught me how to surf, and I was terrified at first. But once I got up there, it felt absolutely fantastic, and I caught some waves pretty well. Nick quickly learned how to do the 360-degree spin on his board, a feat that got him on the cover of Surfer magazine within 48 hours. No one has ever done that in the history of surfing, he said. But I have very low center of gravity, so I've got pretty good balance. He has visited different countries all over the world. The football fan is now a motivational speaker and has traveled over 24 countries, speaking to groups up to 11 million people across the world. He moved to Los Angeles in 2007 and planned to continue to travel the world. In 2009, he visited South Africa and the Middle East. In 2008, Kane Miyahara, a beautiful young girl whose mother was a Mexican and whose father was a Japanese, attended a meeting where Nick was the guest speaker in Texas. Kenny was attracted to Nick's messages. From that time, they were in touch with each other to share their ideas of giving hope to the nearby, needy, and they became close friends. Finally, they fell in love, and their engagement happened in August 2011. Nick put the engagement ring on Kenny's finger with his mouth and then said the most beautiful words every girl wants to hear coming out from her man's mouth. Baby, I love you. Nick and Kenny got married in February 12, 2012. And on February 13, 2013, they were blessed with the birth of a healthy baby boy with a full body. Nick and Kenny wrote an inspirational book, Love Without Limits, together, and it was published in 2014. If I fail, try again, and again, and again. If you fail, are you going to try again? The human spirit can handle much worse than we realize. It matters how you are going to finish. Are you going to finish strong? Said Nick. I tell people to keep on getting up when they fall and to always love themselves, he said. If I can encourage just one person in the world, then my job in this life is done. My dear students, you need to inculcate the culture of reading the textbook first. In my next video, I'll bring the presentation on various other features of this story of Nick Vujicic from the Unit 1, Reading A, Attitude is Altitude. My dear friends, this is an opportunity for me to interact with you through my videos for 10th class. Do cooperate with me in learning the subject English in detail. Thank you so much.